So in this video, I'll explain why you should not buy a home unless you are prepared to face these 5 scenarios that I'm about to outline for you. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll talk about one of the most debated questions in the investment world, and that is whether you should buy your home or not. This is a topic that a lot of people seem to talk about, and whether it's a good idea to invest in real estate or not. Before we go ahead, I made a video about why you should not rent your home and buy it instead. It ties in well with this video, and it's a good idea to go and watch both of these videos to get the full picture, and you can decide which one would work best for you. There's a popular belief that owning your home can be the best financial decision that you will ever make in your entire life, but there's certain situations where it just doesn't make financial sense. So in this video, I'll explain why you should not buy a home unless you're prepared to face these 5 scenarios that I'm about to outline to you. Real quick, if you guys like this type of videos, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family, and hopefully this can help you in some way. With that said, let's get into it. The first reason you should not buy a home is if you are not prepared to make a down payment. In some scenarios, you will be able to get a 100% loan on the value of the property and you won't have to make a down payment. But for the average home buyer, they usually have to make a 10 or 20% down payment. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, and it can reduce your monthly loan repayment with hundreds of rands, but what a lot of people don't think of is the opportunity cost. In simpler terms, what would that down payment be worth to you if you would have invested it somewhere else? Sometimes it's not the best investment to tie up your money in a down payment on a property. Although the chances for you to lose money over a 20 or 30 year period with your house is pretty much non-existent. But it's so important to understand and do the math on the property that you are buying. If you are planning to live in it, just remember to do the calculation so that you can determine what the expected return will be over a long period of time, what all the cost will be, and compare this to other investments. People usually don't factor in all of the other costs of owning a home. And that brings us to our second reason. People only budget for the mortgage payment and not all of the additional costs involved. These costs include taxes, levies if you own a sectional title unit, insurance if you own a full title unit, and stuff like repairs and maintenance. All these little things can quickly turn a good investment into a liability if not properly budgeted for. If you can only afford to make the mortgage payment and not all of the additional costs, you can put yourself under financial stress, especially when buying a home above your affordability, and this is something that I see all the time. The third reason is not factoring in the closing and transaction costs. The bank's initiation fee is usually 6,000 Rand, and the bond and registration fees can quickly add up to 60 or 70,000 Rand depending on the value of the property. When we use a loan calculator like Property 24, you can type in the property value so that you can get an estimate of what the closing and transaction cost will be. This will help you to budget accordingly. As a renter, it's so much easier just to fill in a rental contract and boom, you are ready to go. When owning a home, it's much more expensive, and you just need to be aware of all of these costs. The fourth reason you should not own a home is if you are not prepared to own it for at least 5 to 7 years. If you have to pay closing costs when buying a home, just remember there will be closing costs again when selling. This time it can be 4 to 8% of the property value that goes directly to the rental agent that is selling your home. This takes a significant chunk out of your return on investment. Unless you are buying properties using the flip strategy, where you buy a neglected house, you fix it up and you resell it for more than you purchased it for, Property usually isn't the best short-term investment because of all of the cost involved. The fifth reason is you should have an emergency fund in place. A good rule of thumb is to have 10% of the property value available in cash for emergencies like interest rate hikes or big repairs, or even if you lose your income. If the value of the property is 900,000 Rand, you should have at least 90,000 Rand available for the worst case scenarios. Just remember that I'm not trying to convince you not to buy a home. Owning your home in the right circumstances over a long period of time can end up making you a lot of money. Property, like any other investment, is a numbers game, and you should never make a decision based on your emotions. I made this video to make you think about why you are trying to buy a home. Always run the numbers and make your decision based on the math. Sometimes renting can be much cheaper than owning a home, and for a lot of people it will make more sense just to rent instead of putting yourself under financial pressure. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video helped you in some way. Hopefully you can make the best decision so that you can prosper in the future. Subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more, and I'll see you guys next time.